This is the free motion quilting tutorial for Java Stitch. This design is created by first going into a nice curvy line, and then you're going to curve that around and turn it into a circle. And then what you're going to do once you finish your circle is to go inside of it and fill it with coffee beans. Now this is something that's really interesting because basically this design is combining two filler designs that we've already learned on the project. Coffee beans and Poseidon's eye. And both of these designs are really interesting, and they're even more interesting when they're combined together into one design. So like Poseidon's eye, which was the kind of curvy base to this design, the only difference was you left the center circle open and blank. This is different now because you're adding coffee beans, which is a wonderful stacking design, and it's created very simply. So basically, to create this design, first you saw that I created the circle, went inside of it, and I filled that with an oval shape and then stitched through the center of that oval shape with a curvy line. I then come back out and echo this whole curvy circular shape several times. And what these echoes are doing is the echoes are creating the gorgeous flowing texture that this design has. It's called Java Stitch for a reason. I was thinking of how popular coffee beans was. It was one of the most commented on designs on the project because everyone seemed to like the idea of putting some coffee beans on their quilts. And I wanted to find a way of connecting coffee beans with the actual coffee itself, so we could have something that looked a little bit more like, you know, swirling yummy coffee. And that's where the inspiration for this design came from. Now whenever you're ready and you're kind of bored stitching echoes, all you have to do is just branch off in another direction and stitch yourself another curvy line and then swirl that into a circle. You can see right here I'm stitching a very tiny circle, and that's going to be something that you have to do every once in a while in order to make the design consistent. If you have to cut some of your coffee beans in half, you don't always have to stitch the complete shape in order for it to look consistent with everything else. As you can see, I'm just kind of wiggling in some lines in this little patch here. And that just helps the design to maintain consistency with everything around it. It continues the flow. If I tried to squish a little circle right in there, that just absolutely wouldn't work. So the best thing to do if you run out of space is just stitch these nice lines and it'll look just fine. So that's how you stitch coffee beans. Definitely play with it and try it on your next quilt. And here's what it looks like whenever you finish it. For over 250 videos on free motion quilting, including a video on Poseidon's eye and coffee beans, two designs featured in this design, please check them out at daystyledesigns.com.